tonight we visit a band from our hometown.
Yes, and tonight we're taking you back to Oxford.
Hello, we are the Thamesmen.
Hey, George, how are you doing?
I'm the hedge now, mate. I'm the hedge.
Sorry, the hedge. The hedge. Well, if you're the hedge, that means I've got... Well, do you remember the drummer who was blonde, and then he just pissed off a bit? I can't remember him. Anyway.
What?
I could be...
What?
No. No, it doesn't matter.
Okay,
well, I'll have to be Bono. It's the only other one that anyone can remember. I don't want to be Bono. Anyway, what have we got tonight?
Well, tonight we're doing a one-off special just because I love this band, and this tonight I'm gonna show you a Radiohead track, and this is from one of the more recent albums, and the song is called "Burn the Witch," and and the interesting thing about this one is the video is very reminiscent of Trumpton. Do you remember Trumpton?
Yay! Pew Pew Barney McGrew, Double Gribble Sprout. And for those who don't know, it was a kids program where we grew up Trumpton, and it was like...
It wasn't Pew Pew Barney McGrew. It was Pew Pew Barney McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble and Grub, if I remember, wasn't it?
I was young, yeah.
Anyway.
Hang around after you like and subscribe, because only about 3% of our viewers are liking and subscribing, and we'd like to move that up.
We would really, because we've got a plan, and we'd love to go through it. Yeah.
But if we can move from 3 to 4%, that's a big difference. But also hang around, because we're actually going to talk about Radiohead and where we come from and the connection and everything like that. And if you are watching and you are in Radiohead, then hang around as well, because we're going to talk about you, and you might remember some names.
Because I reckon they're probably watching reaction videos.
They watch their reaction videos all the time.
I'm sure they do. They're way too cool for that.
They've got nothing else to do.
Yeah, maybe we have a secret.
With COVID. Mm-hmm. Maybe with COVID they can't go on tour. All right, let's do it. Let's line it up, mate.
All right. So let's get headphones. You got your headsets?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait a minute, just lining that up there. Okay, count me in, big boy.
So Radiohead, "Burn the Witch," from I think the album Moonshaped Pool. Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, it is Trumpton. Look at that. It's a little bird and everything.
how menacing is that? How like dark and like they are genius.
The production value on that was unbelievable.
I mean, like for those who don't know, we in England there was this TV show, children's show from the 50s or 60s.
No, 60s and 70s.
No, it was I looked it up and it was like there weren't as many of them as we thought, and it was like Trumpton and Chigley or Chigwell, was it, or something like that? It was like that kind of stop motion animation, and it was these little villages, and they did it so well. The sort of like
they had the characters there. Now we're going to talk about the band, but we'll just talk about this TV kids program. They had the walk perfectly. Whoever made that video studied Trumpton. I mean, the faces and it was just absolutely brilliant. And it was, what a great video, and it was such a juxtapose because you've got this whole dark, I'm going to burn the witches, and you got all that, and then you have a kids program. Juxtaposed next to it, so you got all the memories of the child, and then they go and burn the witch of the man. They didn't burn the witch; they burnt the man. So
Well, it was all. I think it was all about sort of like, like sort of repression of society and things like that. And it was very clever. But it was. I looked up because it was they, according to Wikipedia, which of course is a great source of information, they called it the Trumptonshire Trilogy, and they were a 1960s children's program. And so there was, I think there was 3 of them, and I can't just trying to remember what they were called, but it was Trumpton and Chigley and
Chigwell, something like that, or something. But I wouldn't get stuck in that. They must have had them on repeat a lot. You know what I mean? So, but
we all grew up with it. But but for us, I was born in Oxford, England, which is on the River Thames, hence the Thamesmen. And we spent a lot of time in Oxford. And when Alex and I, we used to mess around with a band. We used to go to a place called the Jericho Tavern. Do you remember the Jericho?
Yeah, the Jericho Tavern. So we were doing music in Oxford, and Oxford suddenly became really hot. And there was Ride, and then there was the Jennifers, who turned into come on, the Jennifers were those 2 boys, or Gaz, and he turned into
the Gorillas?
No, Supergrass.
They
turned into Supergrass, and I remember them recording and in school outfits, and then would change, and I also remember hearing a guy called Scully, and I remember hearing Radiohead on 2-inch tape, Creep, before it came out, and it was just unbelievable.
But before they were Radiohead, they were only on a Friday.
Yeah.
Because that was when they rehearsed or something, I think, was on a Friday. And I remember seeing the posters around town. And I'll put up a picture of a poster here from when they were pre-Radiohead. And I mean, we used to, when we were running around putting our posters up for our band, I remember seeing them around the place. And so there was the Jericho Tavern, and then there was the Co-op Hall, which became the Zodiac, which was like the
that was Nicky Morbarth, and what was, and I'm not proud. I'm going to show myself up. So Nicky Morbarth owned the Zodiac, right? And then he ran the Zodiac, and then he had his rehearsal rooms called the Cold Rooms, and the Cold Rooms were out in some farm out. So anyway, and that's where all the bands. That's where we all used to go and practice. And I remember that our band, Lucid, were in one room, and Radiohead were next door, and they were rehearsing. And it wasn't on a Friday; it was midweek. And I remember, in between, us rehearsing or whatever, I went round and popped in and say hi, and I sat down, and Jesus Christ, they just like, I came back, and my band were like, what they like, and I remember saying, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They haven't got a fucking clue. Because it was just, even then, it was weird. And only later do you realise, when they put it together, like on a track we've heard, that they're just unbelievable. And there were us doing stupid 4-chord, pop songs, and they even then they were just brilliant.
So was this the point in your career you were doing A&R?
No. No, but I mean, good. I mean, good on them because they were winning. But I remember hearing Creep, And I remember hearing it on a 2-inch tape, and I remember him coming back, Scully, and he played it, and I was in a house in Oxford or whatever, and he played it, and I was just like, oh my God, you
Really?
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that they did that on the demo probably 2 or 3 years before it came out, 2 years
Wow.
before it came out. And I hear that, and I heard that guitar, and I just thought, oh, they're just phenomenal.
I mean, they are an insanely intelligent band.
Yeah.
You know,
And
just like
if you're watching Radiohead, the Jericho Tavern, that was great, absolutely brilliant. It was a real moment. The Jericho Tavern was absolutely fantastic. Some of the bands in there were just brilliant. Small little venue. I mean, you could put some Toad Jericho Tavern pictures down
posters
there
up.
as well.
Yeah, I could put one of our posters up for the Jericho Tavern, the Jericho Tavern, because you remember it was a guy called Mackie, and Mackie, he ran that venue 7 nights a week, and so many other venues you'd have to pay to play, or you'd have to do these things. It was purely done on bar take. So based on the amount of people and how much money the bar made was how much money the band made. So and he would have 2 to 3 bands every night. And so I think like out of Oxford, there was there was Ride.
Yeah, and then Andy Bell left Ride, and I remember him coming to see Lucid, or no, he came to see Toad, and then he left, and he ended up in Oasis.
But Ride reformed recently. I went and saw them. They are still unbelievably good. Like Ride are an amazing band, but that's another story. But so there's Ride, International Rescue. Do you remember International Rescue?
Yeah.
Big in Japan. As you said, the Jennifers, Swerve Driver.
Yeah.
The Oxford band.
Radiohead. There was Carter, Unstoppable Sex Machine.
Well, they weren't local though, were they? I don't think
they were always around.
They're always around.
But
John Otway, but that's another story. And then recently the Foals. Of course, Radiohead were an Oxford band.
But there was just this moment when Oxford was just in, and the Jericho Tavern was the perfect venue for us to all learn the trade. It could hold enough that you felt like it was a proper gig. It was sweaty enough that you could really have fun, but it was silly enough that you didn't have to stress out. And when you got big enough from that, then you moved to the Zodiac and did and the Egg. Do you remember the Egg came from?
Oh yeah, the Egg. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Dave Gaydon and all that lot, and Matt and what is it, Ned and Matt?
Ned and Matt.
So those were good times. Anyway, fun. I'm glad to revisit. So do we need to do Scores on the Doors? It's time for
Banger or Wanger.
Well, this is a studio track, so we're on our Blue Pen.
Good.
So we are talking. Oh
God! If only we'd, if we had done, Creep.
But I don't know that
That's
song.
Great. The production value on that song.
It's just so dark, and it's just like so like the strings are just like so good. Anyway, so Alex, what do you think? Scores on the Doors out of 10. Burn the Witch, Radiohead.
Solid 9.
Solid 9. Okay, 9. I'm going to do an 8.2 to be honest with you, because there are better Radiohead tracks. It's just a personal favorite of that one.
I feel I peaked too early.
So you did peak too early. So we have get the computer.
Okay. What is it?
9 and an 8.2, so we are at 17.2, I believe, according to
Lucky the laser scoreboard Mark II has got a computer inbuilt.
Well, it has. I think we need to go to the Mark III at some point. But anyway, so Radiohead, Burn the Witch, 17.2. That is.
Ooh. Who did they split?
So they've split. Well, we've got Deep Purple Lazy on a 17.2 as well. And then we have Santana Soul Sacrifice on 17.6.
Give me too high a score. Maybe. I don't know. They are a great band and an English institution. So maybe they hold that place.
Excellent. All right. Well, I'm glad we did that one. That was awesome. So what is
What is what?
What is what? Is it time for
Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for...
Wheel of Fortune? Wheel of Fortune. Here it is.
All right, okay. So, what would you like? I would like you to have something new.
You can't say what you would like me to have. It's fate. Fate is going to decree what we're going to choose. Okay, so
shall we ask? See if the orchestra are ready.
Yeah, get Jim queued up.
Jim, no. All right.
Suspense music.
Can you start suspense music now? You ready? Your next track will be, George, Jethro, Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac.
We haven't had a Fleetwood Mac track. That's fantastic.
Oh, it's funny how that works, really, isn't it?
You can pick anything you want from that. Right, let's just get that away. There you go. Right, well, Fleetwood Mac it is.
Fleetwood Mac it is. Excellent. All right. Well, that was fun. We enjoyed that.
Thank you for that. All right. Until next time.
All right, mate. Well, we'll see you soon.
Like and
subscribe.
Yeah.
Please subscribe.
Because we actually, every time we get a new subscriber, we actually call each other. So
and we do read all the comments at some point.
Oh, if anyone's got a Fleetwood Mac track they want to put forward, that's the whole point of this Wheel of Fortune. Put the track down, and then we're going to have a listen. That'd be great.
Excellent.
Thank you. All right.
Catch you later.
Bye.